Cari amici sportivi, this is like what, our fourth try?
Fourth try.
What a nice guest we have. He's been
Boom,
so patient.
Boom, boom, boom.
Welcome to Milan Weekly Podcast. Here we talk about everything Milan, from Serie A to Europa League to soon to be Coppa Italia, and fourth place AC Milan. We're not professionals.
Nor do we pretend to be. Obviously, because it took us like 6 times to get Mike.
One day we're gonna get there. One day we're. And first off, before there's thank you Milan Club Toronto, and you have the scarf upside down, Steve. But it's all good. And thank you, Maurizio, for sending us over this beautiful scarf. Steve wearing it tonight. And in the middle, over this beautiful, as you can see, Steve brought me to panettone. We have the Milan Club Dublin scarf. First, we would like to say, not only that we bring back our first ever guest, he's going to join us very soon, but we'd like to thank Mike and the boys, Milan Club Dublin. We did our little charity fundraiser that we wanted to raise some money with the Toy Food Drive here in Montreal, and they were the first to donate $100, and I believe he described it as a couple of pints of beers, about the same
couple of pints of beers and a pack of peanuts.
And we'd just like to say a big shout out to not only Milan Club Dublin, Milan Club Australia that sent us some money. A lot of our friends, some Juventini sent us some money. We're gonna pop up the list after, give everybody a thank. But
I have the list here, guys.
We're at $540, and I'm gonna have to put my humble hand. I didn't think he was gonna be able to make it, and forget the fact that we're probably gonna be shirtless in the Canadian cold. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
But if we could make up that $1,000,
we're more than halfway there, guys. So thank you again, Milan Club Dublin, Abraham. David Fanta from Milan Club Philly.
Milan Club Philly.
Daniel, I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I'm going to smash it, from Milan Club Sydney. Vince Gattuso, Romanista.
He's a Romanista, he sent us some money.
The Snake, Cola Giacomo.
The Snake gave us some money.
He gave us some money, but we're going to shout out to Francis before we get to Mike. He got operated again. He can't see. So, he's getting better.
Like the refs during the Roma Inter game.
Yes.
You can't see. Okay, there we go.
Giuseppe Petrandonio, a.k.a. Prince.
Thank you. Grazie.
Eric Tallwater, glass of Colaccia.
Yes.
Joseph Giannini. Luigi Mancini.
Grazie.
Juventino. Those 3 Juventinis in a row gave us money. Guaranteed. They stole it from Milan and gave it back to us for this donation.
Alla Matri.
And super fan Anthony Calcara.
Thank you very much. And he actually already bought a hat and he donated again. So thank you very much to everybody. It's really simply thank you. Thank you to everybody. It's really and even I spoke to the organizers and they were overwhelmed. It's like they didn't think we're gonna be able to do this. And obviously we had committed the club itself to give that minimum of that $150, and we're just hoping that we sell most of the hats so we can give all them.
We have a live one. Carlos Sardelli, another Milanista. Boom, giving us money.
So we're balancing out.
Him, it's all part of the plan. He gives us some money and someone gets his mortgage from Carlos Sardelli.
There we go. Everybody helping out everybody. Guys, so speaking of Milan Club Dublin, he was our first ever guest. Now this guy, not only is he awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's
willingly awake.
Willingly. He's the one that came up with the Milan Club Podcast Bingo. Now, we have our own, ideas of why he came out. He just needed another excuse to drink by himself. Because sometimes Mike is by himself. He goes inside the car. Yeah. He likes to, he has a drink. But it's like, at least now I'm having fun. And most of us have been very
Oh
nice.
my God, it's not recording.
Are you serious?
No, go ahead.
You know what? Let's just. Mike, you've been listening in through years. So yes, so the guy to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the creator of the bingo game, fellow lad from Dublin, the Milan Club Dublin, fellow. Oh yeah, guys. By the way, this table has been donated by Steve because he's like, I'm gonna bring you a table, and
I got him a table.
He got me a table. Mike, thank you very much for being with us tonight. I know it's late, but anything for the love of our beloved Milan, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I have to say, I was a bit surprised you asked me to come back on the podcast with all of the high-profile guests you've had in previous weeks, like the Alistair from Forza Italian Football, and I was like, oof, how am I going to compete with that? But what I'll do is I'll just talk Milan. See if I can compare.
We're not looking for. Yeah, you're the same level as Gabriele Marcotti, Mike. You have nothing to worry about. It's. But no, it's basically we just wanted to get you back on. So not only as a throwback to our first ever guest, gracefully our first guest, and again taking the opportunity to thank you and the boys live here for the donations, greatly appreciated as we mentioned at the beginning of the show. So because Presidente decided to send us about 17 chapters, we might as well get straight into it. And Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. Did he even talk about Dudelange in these presidential points?
No. Error.
So let's go fast, right? And you see like now that the TV screen in the background is changing up all our things. Who cares, right?
Yeah,
as long as
we don't care.
We don't care. We're not professionals. We don't have professional lighting. Steve, Dudelange, as Chicho from Wisconsin would say.
Yeah.
At any point were you scared when
No.
you saw the 2-1? Mike, were you at any point like stressing a bit, or were you like, nah, we'll be fine?
Well, I had gone to meet the rest of the guys halfway through the game because I was working and I just kind of slipped out of work to watch the game. And when I got there, we were losing 2-1. And was I scared? No. I was terrified. I did not know how to take it. I hadn't seen the game, I just saw the scoreline. So when I walked into the bar to watch that game, I was very worried.
Because I think from the state of our team and assuring for able to go do it, and there was some alarm bells to be rung. But let me guys ask you this, Steve, what would have been worse, losing to Dudelange or the Benevento fiasco of last year? What's more embarrassing?
For me, Benevento was more of a fiasco. Dudelange and Europa League. Look, I said it multiple times. I think it's important for Milan. But with the injuries that we have and the rotation that we cannot do, for me, fourth place is more important. So was I afraid because we weren't playing well? No. I was kind of more, I don't want to go through this ridicule of losing to a team from Luxembourg. No offense to the team from Luxembourg. But in the end, I was kind of like, you know what? This is the Milan that I know. It's a Jekyll and Hyde. Am I surprised that it finished 5-2? I'm surprised they scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that they won. I'm surprised that they scored 5 goals.
And they didn't take their foot off the pedal, right?
Yeah, well, they had no choice, right? So that's the statement that he wanted to make. I thought that the players who don't deserve a chance were unfortunately... Sorry, the players who had this chance to prove that, you know what, even though I'm a sub or I'm a rotational player, I can give something back. I didn't find that came across in a positive way.
All right, and how about you, Mike? Would you think more embarrassing losing to them or the Benevento from last year?
I'm still not over Benevento from last year,
so yeah, probably the Benevento especially from over there. So at least, guys, we came up with the win from over there with half a team, and guys, not for anything, but a lot of the game changed when Jose Mauri came in because Bertolacci was like nowhere to be seen, and he didn't have a bad game either against Parma there on 6:30 in the morning for us. But let's get into it right away, Steve. Chapter number 1 out of 17.
Yeah.
Today we forgot. We gotta
put the presidential points into perspective, guys.
Now, guys, let me tell you guys a little secret. The Presidente, he likes to put himself over, right? He doesn't realize it, but he likes to put himself over. And now this week he's sending us message. Hey guys, now can you do the voice, Steve?
Hey guys, I want to set you up.
And he's trying to give us you should use this, and he's laughing at himself. And we're like, yeah, sure. President, who are you to interrupt the creative genius that is Steve Polillo? So we appreciate your help. The presidential points, reaching out to these stars and these guests for us. But Steve, can you do us the favor and put us in perspective? Because even Mike, he's very eager to know how these presidential points came to be.
This is what I'll do. I will give him this setup.
Okay.
Because I have something magical prepared for next week.
Magical. All right.
It came as an
An
epiphany.
Okay.
You know what happened the last time an epiphany came to me? We were gonna end up shirtless in minus 30-degree weather.
Oh man.
So imagine, stay tuned next week. So basically, President is shopping at the Puma store.
Okay.
He's wearing a brown leather jacket, tobacco color.
Okay.
Okay. He's wearing corduroys, flare, with heels, the Cuban heel, right?
Oh.
The kids are all dressed up. Basically, Presidente's kids are wearing a shirt, and I'm not gonna make fun of the kids, but guaranteed, the cross is outside the shirt. Okay. One of the kids has a turtleneck. Okay. So they're shopping, and Presidente, he's old school. So
Why are they at the Puma store?
because there's a special.
Okay.
70% off. Do you think Presidente would be at the Puma store with no percent off? No way, Jose.
President
he's
don't pay
paying-
retail.
He doesn't pay full price, right? So as he's scavenging, as he's looking, he finds, he gets he gets his own epiphany, and he pulls out from the depths of the Puma gear, Italy's shirt for this year. You know why Presidente Italy's shirt from this year is there? Because we didn't make the World Cup. That's why it's 70% off.
That was your and this
As
is
soon as he pulled it out, he said, "Oh my God! Regular price $100, on sale $15.99. Boom! This is a steal." He bought 4. He only has 2 kids. He bought 4.
just in case, you
Yeah,
know.
and a size bigger so that when the kids grow up, they have another shirt going on.
Kill 2 birds with one stone.
And then boom! All the presidential points came to him. Bang!
Which he took out the spiral notebook and he started writing down. All right, guys, and I'm sure that I speak for most of your listeners. You have no problem believing any of this, right, Mike? You don't have any problem believing all this setup.
I can visualize it. That story was perfect. It may as well have happened in front of me.
So we'll take it over to chapter number 1, the Gattuso anniversary. So today marks the 1-year anniversary of Gattuso as Milan coach. Thank you to remind us that his first ever game was against Benevento, but let's go on. When he was hired to replace Montella, did you believe he would last this long? Also, what is one thing you like about Gattuso's work so far, and what is one thing he needs to do better? Guys, we've said it from the beginning, and we've asked for forgiveness. Me and Steve had said it. You guys think that he's the next coming of Christ? You know, we didn't think he was going to be able to turn us that around. You know, we're not in first place, but we're in 4th place, a lot better than what we were expected. Steve, do you see it as, you know, so far, what has impressed you out of all this stuff?
For me, guys, it's very easy what's impressed me. It's unbelievable how he squeezed out the best that he could possibly squeeze from these players. Suso, Chananoglu last year. Wow, I pronounced his name right. That's crazy.
That wasn't right, but... No.
Anyways, everybody. Look at this week. He has Abate playing center back.
Which we're going to get into. He's one of the presidential...
He has Zapata playing center back.
Fabio Borini, Capitan Futuro, Fabio Borini. We have Jose Mauri that we bought from Parma 6 years ago.
And we played him the first game against Parma. 6 years later.
And honestly, like, you know, from what he's done so far, Mike, what would you say, what do you think, first of all, were you expecting this from, what are you doing, Steve? What are you doing?
I'm opening the panettone.
We're having panettone. Okay,
Well, that's over here.
Oh, okay, we're having panettone. Mike, were you
opening the panettone?
Were you part of us on our side saying, like, we're not thinking Gattuso's the next coming of Christ? What has he done to surprise you, and what do you think he should be doing better?
It's actually kind of... I was asked a similar question the first time I was on the podcast. It was kind of during the summer, and I had said back then that you kind of need to give Gattuso the time under his own team as opposed to the team he inherited from Montella, because we couldn't make any signings last January. That you couldn't judge him until he's had at least 12, 13 games with his own team. And I was always optimistic that he would manage to pull it off. I mean, I started to waver there, but I don't think I ever kind of lost faith that he would be able to kind of pull it off. I read a statistic there recently, just before the Parma game,
Yeah, that's an amazing stat there. I saw that one as well. Yeah, I agree with your point there. We have to give him some time. It's just that how it is right now. It's not like it was before. Social media puts everything in our face, and we react to what's happening now.
And I'm pretty impressed by Gattuso keeping always with the politically correct answers, and he hasn't shown his Gattuso-esque kind of, other than with Matteo Salvini, which I have to tip my hat off to Gattuso. There's many times that he could have lost his head. So for that, keep her going. And so far, guys, with half a quarter of a team, and I know we can easily say, yeah, what if you were playing Roma, Napoli, Juventus in the span of a week? Okay, the situation is the situation that we're in right now, and so far I have absolutely nothing to say. We are in fourth place, and if ever, who knows if yeah.
Let's be all honest here.
Yeah.
To take it to the next level, I don't know if he's the man.
I don't think we have the pieces in place to take us to the next level. Now let's see what happens in the mercato.
There's no Dudelange in Champions League, guys.
Yeah. And if we have, but who knows if Roma, Inter, Napoli keep on losing all these points? Who knows? Maybe we're gonna be in second place. Never know.
What a week.
Chapter number 2, Cutrone achievement. According to Milan TV, Cutrone became the youngest Italian player ever to score 10 goals in European competition, accomplishing the feat at the age of 20 years old, 11 months and 26 days. Guys, that he calculated that on his own. He didn't look at a stat there. He take out the calculator, all that. Jumping ahead of Bettega, Del Piero, Prati, and Mazzola. Did you ever think Cutrone would achieve this level of success? And do you feel he reached his peak, and can he become even better? What kind of question is this? He's asking us, he's a 20-year-old kid, do you think he could do better? Mike, you know what? We're going to give you this one here. You answer, do you think that Cutrone, did you ever imagine Cutrone? Yes. You know what I think? There's anybody, this guy Cutrone, he's going to score us all these goals. Presidente, we love you. Mike, all in all, what did you, let's put it this way, because nobody could have predicted that Cutrone was going to score all these goals. Do you think there's still a lot of room to grow? Or is he, I seriously doubt he's hit his peak there, but what is your take on Cutrone?
Are you choking? You want me to
I need more beer.
You want to give me a Heimlich over here?
No.
Go ahead, Mike. I think Vinny was choking, so if he chokes, it's just me and you the rest of the way, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. You choke away. I'll answer the question. Yeah, well, of course, there's almost an infinite amount that he can grow. He scored 10 goals in the Europa League in the past year. But when you're looking at his performance just in Serie A this year, he's only started 5 games.
Yeah.
He's appeared in 12, but he's only started 5. He's got 3 goals, and I think more importantly than that is he manages to have an impact every time he comes on. I mean, how many times has he been brought on as a substitution late in the game? He gets a goal. The first thing he does, grabs the ball, gestures to the crowd, up towards Corva Sud, gets everybody amped up, fired up, and gets straight back for the kick-off. He may have leveled the game, but he wants to improve on that. I mean, anyone with that kind of initiative or ambition is going to do well. There's no question about it there.
Definitely from over there, and what a goal against Parma! Just like Alain Zaghi. I don't know. Every time I see him, he just got that hunger for goal.
It was actually more than that, Vinny. He went from recuperating the ball to getting back into a position to score.
That tourniquet.
For me, what I want to see from Cutrone is I want to see him be a little bit more lethal, be a little bit more visible in that box. Sometimes we'll have periods of the game where he's going to be invisible for a bit. Now, that's what age, and that's what we say, can he grow? Yeah, there's tons of room to grow.
Yeah.
If he hit his peak, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. And you know what? I'm not shy to say it. If I'm Mancini, I'm giving him a shot. I'm giving him a shot with the big team with Italy, the real blue shirt, because he's gotten nothing from anybody with tons of more experience than he has. And like Mike said, if the Azzurri could use him as a super sub, Italy could use him as a super sub. I do think that Cutrone struggles sometimes when he does start to.
Okay.
I see him struggle a bit when he's in from the first minute, just because he's always expecting that ball, right? I've been noticing his hand gestures and I've been noticing his body language. I love that he wants the ball, but it can't be every ball. It's the same hand gesture every time. That has to be. He has to become a little bit more mature.
You imagine if Ibra does come, what an Ibra did to a guy like Nocerino. Imagine what he could do for a guy like Cutrone, keeping that ball in possession. So, no, definitely to the presidential point, a lot of room to grow, and let's see what the future holds. And I'm sure they all play together, like, the rotation where Ibra comes, and we have Paqueta and you have Higuain playing. So we'll see that what goes over there.
And even like I said, they're not just to continue to ramble on about Cutrone, but a lot's been said about Higuain and his body language. I just hope that negative part of Higuain's game is not rubbing off on Cutrone.
Hopefully. Chapter number 3. In a post-match interview, Gattuso discussed player turnover, which when we make many changes, is never easy. Players who seldom play are having difficulty. We must do better in understanding the players to put on the pitch. Players need to play regularly to perform their best. Was Gattuso put in a no-win situation given the injuries, or do you feel he could have done a better job with the player turnover to avoid these problems he's talking about? Where's this question going? And my laptop has died, so you're gonna have to take the presidential points over.
Beautiful.
So Steve, why don't you answer this one? Can he have done any better? Let's go other than the fiasco. Well, the fiasco. Again, Mike, I don't know, like you probably guys from you didn't sub anybody out that game and this and that. Then again, it's easy for us to say from this end, but he's gotta have his reasons.
But it was the wrong move.
Whether it was right or wrong, he has his reasons. We're no coaches, right?
No.
Can he have done any better?
Don't go all color off on me over here. Huh? Color off. Well, apparently in Roma, the fans are not allowed to talk and critique a bit of tactics there.
Oh, okay.
So don't go color off on me. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I think not making substitutions or making substitutions quite late is a negative part of kind of Gattuso's coaching style. Like, even against Parma, we brought in Borini from Emery, I think just after the second half had started, which was unusual to see a substitution that early. But the only other substitution we made was Castillejo on for Suso in the 89th minute.
Yeah.
Like, we were only 2-1. It wasn't a very comfortable cushion. So I do think that he does need to start making substitutions a lot more.
Yeah, and I agree. And, the whole thing with Lazio, we're not going to bring it up again. There is that hidden agenda of game management. He's a manager. He has to manage the game. And we've said it. Those changes would have disrupted a bit of the game, a bit of the flow. Against Parma, if I close my eyes and I didn't watch the game, and I see Borini in, Mauri out, and we're losing, the table is broken. There is something that's going to break. That's not a change. That's luck. Let's face it.
Why is so much hate, Anka?
I'm not saying it's the wrong change. It's not the right change, guys. Mauri was given a chance. He wasn't having a bad game. He was given a chance.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this, right? From all this rotation, we're trying to do the rotation. Why have we not seen as much as Castillejo? He hasn't had like a really bad game. Like if Bakayoko had all those bad games from the beginning and he still gave him a chance, why haven't we seen Castillejo? As he, like, to me, I don't know, Mike, maybe across the pond he looks out differently, but he hasn't played bad. Like, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen, like, just all these
It's a very simple answer.
Go ahead, Steve.
Castillejo is wild.
Mm-hmm.
We've said it a million times. He's wild. He's the coach's worst nightmare. Because you don't know what he's going to get. You don't know if he's going to give you a goal. You know that he's going to run around. But he looks like he runs around with a chicken without his head.
Maybe he's saying for defensive tactics.
Borini doesn't. We give it to him. The guy, for talent, unfortunately, as a superior soccer player, not gifted with the greatest talent, but he works hard. So that's the typical Gattuso player. But in that moment of time, Mauri for Borini, tables are broken.
Mike, are tables being broken when the Mauri for Borini substitution came on, or are you on my side with Capitan Futuro sealing that 5th goal over there?
I have a bit of a soft spot for Borini.
Yes.
I think again, he does what he needs to do. Like, he's never had a spectacularly great game in a Milan shirt, but he's never had a disastrously bad one either. And when he was underperforming, so was the rest of the team. So it's kind of hard to point the blame solely at him for any of any of the losses points that we've had in the past few months.
No, for sure. We're not blaming the
No, but the move itself, no, I agree with you, Steve. Like,
we're not
the move
blaming
itself, you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
Mauri for Borini, how does this make
Yeah.
any sense whatsoever?
And it's the same thing, guys. And I tip my hat to him. It's working. It worked. But it's not the right move. It's not gonna work every time.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work against
the same thing. Like,
top 7. Yeah.
look, we're gonna talk about it. I don't know what chapter it is. We're gonna talk about it. But it's ballsy to start a 16-year-old in nets, right? Ala Mihalovic.
Yeah.
It's also ballsy to start a traditional left back at center back or right back at center back. Abate.
But guys,
He has Simic. Simic played a good game on the Europa League.
yeah, but it was Simic maybe like
I think they want to ease him in.
ease him in,
Well,
but
let's ease him in against against Parma and not against Dudelange.
he's taking a lot of chances because it could go on one side. You look like a fool, or oh my god, like this actually
No,
working.
no. He has no. Gattuso has no avenue. He would have started Simic. We would have had a bad game. He would have said, "Why did you start Simic?" He started Abate. Would have had a bad game. They would have grilled him about Abate. He has no win unless he wins the game, which he won. If that result is different than 2-1, he's getting grilled for Abate.
100%. What's our point
Chapter
number?
4, schedule complaint. Gattuso was not very happy to play a lunchtime match versus Parma, considering Milan played their Europa League match on Thursday. As per agreement with Lega Serie A, each top Serie A club must play a minimum of 5 games that are broadcast on DAZN for the Giornata d'Andata, so it seems like Milan's hands were tied. Gattuso said, "It seems absurd to play at 18:55 on Thursday, then play again on Sunday at lunch hour. I don't want to create controversy, but I truly don't get it. Question, is this just an excuse for Gattuso in case things went bad versus Parma, or do you feel he is right to complain that the game was scheduled 8 hours earlier than usual after playing on Thursday?"
I think he has a point, right? Because I don't think I've ever seen this, like, especially like, a Thursday. I've seen like a Tuesday Champions League and maybe on the Saturday, okay?
Yeah.
But I've never seen a Thursday game, a Europa, and then the 6:30 a.m. game on Sunday. I think he just wanted an explanation, but then again, I'm sure Gattuso, if he really, like, instead of just talking in front of the cameras, like, I'm sure if he really needed to know what the reason was, he would have gotten it from over there. No, I don't think it's an excuse. Mike, do you see this as like him trying to, like, just in case I screw up, this is kind of my way out?
No, not at all. I don't think Gattuso's ever shied away from any kind of negative results. He's kind of held his hand up and said, "We didn't play well. We could have done better. This player could have done this." So, and I think it's absolutely ludicrous to play a game Thursday night and then Sunday morning. It was 66 hours later. And I mean, even if you're looking at the this week's Friday night game with Inter Milan and Juventus, that's on Friday because they're playing. I know Inter are playing on Tuesday in the Champions League, which is like 4 days almost exactly away. So it's a very valid point, and he has every right to criticise it. I wouldn't have even. I'm gonna have to criticise the president for that presidential point. It's completely invalid.
Ooh, shots
very
are fun.
nice.
Mike is taking his
Take
first
a shot.
His
Take
first
a
shot, maybe he's got more, but he's taking shots. He's taking
Good
shots.
for you. We got another one for you, Mike. Chapter 5. Bakayoko Kokoko. We went from ending his loan in January and shipping him back to Chelsea to seriously consider paying his acquisition of 35 million euro.
Who's seriously
Who
considering?
seriously? He's seriously considering.
He probably crunched the numbers.
Bakayoko is getting better each game, and Gattuso even compared him to Desai. Whoa. 2-part question. Do you agree with Gattuso that Bakayoko reminds him of Desai, or is Vieira a better comparison? None of the two. Should Milan exercise its option to acquire him for good in June, not at 35 million? Anybody else?
At 35, no, I think that this IE comment was just to give him a little boost of confidence because Bakayoko had said something that he goes, I know with the fans it didn't start off well. I'm trying to get there.
Bakayoko cannot tie Marseille Desailly's shoes.
I did not say that he's
I'm
compared.
saying that.
I didn't say that. I'm saying he's trying to throwing him flowers. Il lançait des fleurs. You understand that?
Lancer des fleurs, nothing. No flowers, no nothing. I'm whipping a panettone. You don't compare people like that.
You're gonna whip Gattuso panettone.
I'm gonna whip a panettone. If I would see him, I say you cannot compare. That puts too much pressure on him. He's nowhere close to Marseille Desailly. Nowhere close. Zero. He's nowhere close to Patrick Vieira. He can't even fill up his water bottle. These are World
It seems
Cup
like
champions.
I'm looking at him. He says maybe the way he runs. I don't know. Maybe the way he gallops.
No, Signor Gattuso, per favore. I don't want this one. This one gave me hatch to this one. This should have been the brioche, Mike. Tell me I'm wrong, Mike.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, this time last month, people were calling for Bakayoko's head, and after 3 games, he's getting compared with some of the greatest players in that position. It's absolutely
Ludicrous. Unbelievable.
Other than the comparing to the Zayi guys, what would be? Let's just say he continues playing this way, and it's been, what would you guys say, 4 or 5 games where he's been solid, and I haven't been able to pick out one moment in the game where he's like, okay, he really screwed up on this one. What would be the price tag, Mike? Would you go? What are they saying? 35?
We paid 20 million for Bertolacci. If you tell me, you know what, Chelsea, I'm gonna give you 20 million for this guy.
20, I think.
20, I would buy him. Anything more than 20, send him back. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. We want to go to the next level. I need someone better than Bakayoko.
20, but payable in 6 years. 6 installments.
2, 3, whatever you want to do. It has to be 20. It stops at 20. This is Kongangaye all over again.
Who?
Kongangaye.
Kongombia,
whatever his name is.
Mike, what's your number? Do you do 20, 25, or you stick it at 20?
Yeah, I think 20 is a very fair number, and I think with Chelsea analysing the games that he has played for Milan, I think they'd probably be happy to cut their losses and take the 20 million for him, because there's no guarantee he's going to improve on that 20 million. Now, the reason I'd be happy enough to pay 20 million for him is because I think in the past few games he's played a lot better, and I think the reason he's played a lot better is because Kessie has made him look a lot better. When Kessie and Billia were playing together, Billia was kind of streaming forward, leaving Kessie to do the defensive work, and I think when Bakayoko's on the pitch with Kessie, it works the other way. Kessie's getting forward, Bakayoko's sitting back, and I think that works a lot better.
No, I mean, that's 100%. Yeah.
I know.
And Bakayoko hasn't. I think he went up to the attack like maybe once, and we're like, what the hell is going on? But he's been staying back. He's been more a defensive player, and he's letting Kessie.
Exactly. It was a fantastic. I forgot where I saw it on social media, so I can't give credit to the person who said it. But he compliments Kessie. He's letting Kessie more advance in the play, where we would like Kessie to advance in the play, where he doesn't have that to say, oh no, who's gonna cover for Bilia, or who's gonna cover for the other Mezzala.
Yeah.
Bakayoko's there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But not at 30 million, let me tell you that much.
No, not at 30 million. Not at 30 million. So,
Steve, do you mind if I just point something out here?
Yeah.
Like Vinny said, he couldn't pick out one part of Bakayoko's game that was overly negative. He was kind of marking the player when the Parma goal went in from the corner. So there is that.
Boom. But
no.
Mike.
First, you're taking shots at
El Presidente says that Gattuso said that Bakayoko reminds him of Marseille Desailly. So everything else is okay.
Pick your fights there, Mike. You know what I mean? Like I thought we were on the same side here.
Good, Mike. Good.
Don't worry about it. Steve is next.
Me, I think he's gonna take shots. Me having brain farts is kind of my thing. You know what I wanted to do on a side note? I wanted to do my usual brain fart and introduce Mike with Roddy Piper's music. But Roddy Piper was like, it's Scottish, but he's Irish. I was gonna have another brain fart.
Good
Maybe he was okay.
Chapter 6, guys. Milan season tickets. Oh, this guy and his financials.
Can we get to something?
Mike is there. Mike is there.
Drunk.
Mike is there.
Yeah.
So maybe this is something for Mike. Milan has started a campaign encouraging fans to buy season tickets for second half of the season. Question. Please ask Mike first. What do you make of this initiative since it seems it is not something they typically do every season?
Well, I think the president has gotten this one right because as a season ticket holder, I think I'm the most qualified.
Good. Thank God we didn't skip it.
I actually think it's a fantastic idea to try and get people out, especially this year we've been bombarded with stats and attendances for Inter Milan. I think they're averaging 65,000, I think,
Yeah.
every game. And I did see when I was rewatching the Milan Parma game, and they mentioned that it was 55,000 at that game for a 12:30 kickoff, which I thought was very impressive.
Yeah.
So if we are kind of getting up into those Champions League places, it makes sense to have a drive if you can sell half a season ticket, because at the end of the day, it's not about being a fan of the team or a fan of the club. It's about supporting them, and you got to kind of put your money where your mouth is. Like I get over to 8 games a year, and I shell out for a full season ticket because I kind of want to support the team and show them that even when I'm not there, I'm there.
Wow, that's pretty. So a season ticket holder, guys, and just gets his way 8 times a year. So that's pretty. That's dedication.
Keep us 2 tickets, Mike.
And like I said, we're gonna tell Mike after that we're taking we're hijacking the presidential plane in March. We're gonna do a stopover in Dublin. Then we're gonna pick up the guys. We're gonna go watch the derby. It's all part of the plan. Don't you worry. But the president doesn't know yet. But he's gonna find out soon enough. Steve, what else do we got over there?
Torino preview, chapter 7 of the sleeper presidential points.
Yeah, he's not on top of his game today.
No. Sunday's match versus Torino will feature the dirtiest team in Serie A. Torino with 226.
Can we talk about the Parma game instead of talking about the fouls of Torino?
No, but this is the preview.
Oh, it's the preview. Okay.
226 fouls committed versus the cleanest one, Milan, with only 140. Despite this big difference in fouls committed, Torino has gotten just 26 yellow cards and 1 red, while Milan has gotten 28 yellow cards and 1 red. Question: while some of the difference can be explained by Milan getting cards for protesting against the refs, do you feel these numbers show Milan not playing with enough grinta? Or are the refs being too lenient and not punishing Torino? Wow, this is by far the worst presidential point I've ever read in the 50s, 60s, 70s some odd episodes we've done. Mike, congratulations.
Steve, you think we could maybe start reading the questions before we go on
and
air?
Eliminating them right away?
I know.
This would have been eliminated.
You know what? I think I'm going to give myself another beer because this is going to be a long one.
Let's preview, Mike. Forget about the dirtiest stuff. Let's preview Torino, Mike. What do you think about Torino and their season so far? And how is Milan going to get the 3 points? Because that, in the end, is all we care about, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, I think Torino have been having a very typical
Give me a bottle of water.
They've kind of just wandered now into 6th, the Europa League place. So it's not going to be an easy game, I don't think, especially with our spate of injuries.
Yeah.
But I think the injuries are a huge part in the fact that Milan have been the cleanest team, or whatever way you put it. They have been the cleanest team in the league. I mean, we have Gattuso as a manager, somebody who is not afraid of either grinta or seeing yellow or red cards in his career. But I think he's also smart enough to warn the players that we can't afford to have you out for a game.
Yeah.
Don't make rash, unnecessary tackles. Because if we get yellow or red cards, you see what happened with Higuain at the Juventus game. We literally down to our last striker.
Yeah.
So it's we're playing in Torino. Torino had a very slow start. They started a couple of games here and there, but we're gonna need.
Belotti's coming into form a bit. He's had a couple of goals. Iago Falque is getting there too. Look, for some reason. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, personally, I think that game is going to be decided in midfield.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the players that Torino have. They have kind of Rincon and Biete and Iago Falque, and they're all physical players. Even when you're going forward with Zaza, they tend to be a lot more physical. And if we're putting Jose Maury in midfield, then it's not going to work. We need big physical players to combat that.
And they thought that maybe Bakayoko was going to rest on Dudelange, but he played all those games there, so he's definitely going to play against. We have no choice against
we're going to play him again, like Mike said. Physical game. It will be physical, and you know what? I think it's a very important. It's another statement game. It's one of those. We're getting into that trap portion of the season in the schedule. Every game, we're going to look at it. Oh, we can get the 3 points. We can get the 3 points. We got to be smart, man. We're going to get Higuain back. Higuain's back from his suspension.
Didn't he get 2 games?
2 games, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true. Sorry.
Parma was the second game, so he's available now for Torino. I would like to see 2 strikers going front.